Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Saira Mujtaba with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls upon youth to come forward and make vocal for local a success. Confers digital certificates to Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar awardees using blockchain technology. Nominations for third phase of assembly polls in Uttar Pradesh and single-phase elections in Punjab to begin from tomorrow. BJP, Punjab Lok Congress and Shiromani Akali Dal Sanyukt announce seat-sharing formula for upcoming Punjab Assembly elections. BJP to fight on 65 seats, PLC on 37 and SAD Sanyukt on 15 Assembly constituencies. 12th National Voters' Day to be celebrated tomorrow. Over 162 crore 26 lakh vaccine doses administered so far under nationwide vaccination drive. Centre launches revamped Central Government Health Scheme website and mobile app. Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, in association with ICEA, releases 5-year roadmap and vision document for electronics sector. And in Australian Open tennis, Daniil Medvedev and Stefanos Tsitsipas advance to men's singles quarterfinals. Simona Halep crashes out in women's singles. As the number of COVID-19 cases is rising fast in several parts of the country, we appeal to our listeners to be vigilant and to get fully vaccinated and help others, including children between 15 and 18 years, get vaccinated. With the new Omicron variant of coronavirus causing concern, please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki doori for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 01123978046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said programs and initiatives like Startup India, Stand Up India, Digital India and Make in India are all led by young people and will take the country to newer heights. He said everyone feels proud when the youth of the country innovate and take the nation forward. Interacting with the recipients of the Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar, Mr. Modi said this award also comes with a huge responsibility. The Prime Minister urged all young people to come forward and make vocal for local a success.
जैसे आप स्वच्छता अभियान के लिए आगे आए, वैसे ही आप वोकल फॉर लोकल अभियान के लिए भी आगे आइए। एक लिस्ट बनाइए। आप जो चीजों का उपयोग करते हैं, घर में जो सामान है, ऐसे कितने प्रोडक्ट्स हैं जो भारत में नहीं बने हैं। घर के लोगों से आग्रह करें कि भविष्य में जब भी वैसा ही कोई प्रोडक्ट खरीदा जाए तो वो भारत में बना हो। जब आप भारत में बनी चीजें खरीदेंगे तो एकदम से हमारा उत्पादन बढ़ने लग जाएगा। रोजगार के लिए नए अवसर बनेंगे तो आपका जीवन भी आत्मनिर्भर बनेगा।
Mr. Modi gave a lot of credit for the success of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan to the children of the country. He said by becoming Bal Sainiks, they have inspired their families towards cleanliness. The Prime Minister said the country is currently celebrating 75 years of its independence, and all those who have received this award in this important period for their extraordinary achievements in various fields are adorned with greater responsibility.
देश इस समय अपनी आजादी के 75 साल का पर्व मना रहा है। आप जीवन भर गर्व से कहेंगे कि जब मेरा देश आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव मना रहा था, तब मुझे ये अवार्ड मिला था। इस अवार्ड के साथ आपको बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी भी मिली है। हर किसी की आपसे अपेक्षाएं भी बढ़ गई हैं। इन अपेक्षाओं का आपको दबाव नहीं लेना है, इनसे प्रेरणा लेनी है।
Mr. Modi said we feel proud to see that CEOs of all the big companies of the world are young Indians.
हमें गर्व होता है जब देखते हैं कि दुनिया की तमाम बड़ी कंपनियों के सीईओ हमारे ही देश के संतान हैं। इसी देश की युवा पीढ़ी है जो आज विश्व में छाई हुई है। हमें गर्व होता है जब देखते हैं कि भारत के युवा स्टार्टअप की दुनिया में अपना परचम फहरा रहे हैं। भारत के युवा नए नए इनोवेशन कर रहे हैं, देश को आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं।
The Prime Minister also conferred digital certificates to Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar awardees for the years 2021 and 22 using blockchain technology via video conferencing. The Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar is given to children above the age of 5 and not exceeding the age of 15 with exceptional abilities and outstanding achievement in fields of innovation, sports, arts and culture, social service, scholastic achievements and bravery. Such children are handed over a cash prize of 1 lakh rupees, a medal and a certificate. The awardees will also take part in the Republic Day parade on Wednesday.
The process of filing nominations for the third phase of assembly polls in Uttar Pradesh and single-phase elections in Punjab will begin with the issuance of notification tomorrow. Uttar Pradesh is going to polls in 7 phases from 10th of February to the 7th of March. In addition, single-phase polling in Punjab will be held simultaneously. All the 117 assembly constituencies in the state will go to polls together in this phase. During UP's third phase and the single-phase polling in Punjab, the nominations can be filed till the 1st of February and scrutiny will be undertaken on the 2nd of February. The last date for withdrawal of candidature will be the 4th of February. In Uttar Pradesh, Samajwadi Party has released a list of 159 candidates for the upcoming assembly elections. Some of the prominent names in the list include Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav, who will contest from Karhal Assembly constituency in Mainpuri district, Azam Khan from Rampur, Abdullah Azam Khan from Suar, and Shivpal Singh Yadav from Jaswant Nagar in Etawah district. Congress has announced its 30 star campaigners for the first phase of polling in the state. The names include Party Chief Sonia Gandhi, former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, party leaders Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, Ghulam Nabi Azad, Ashok Gehlot and Bhupesh Baghel among others. Meanwhile, the BJP has fielded Ajay Pratap Singh from Thakurdwar Assembly constituency of Muradabad district in the upcoming elections.
Scrutiny of nomination papers for the first phase of polling in Uttar Pradesh on the 10th of February was completed today. A total of 658 candidates have been finalized. Nomination of 152 candidates was rejected by the Election Commission on various grounds. The last date for withdrawal of candidature is the 27th of January. 58 assembly constituencies of 11 districts are going to polls in the first phase. These districts include Shamli, Meerut, Muzaffarnagar, Bagpat, Hapur, Ghaziabad, Gautam Budh Nagar, Bulandshahr, Mathura, Agra and Aligarh. Nominations for the second phase of elections on the 14th of February are also going on in the state. A total of 58 candidates have filed their nomination papers till date. 48 candidates filed their papers today. Samajwadi Party MLA Subhash Rai today joined the BJP. He was inducted in the party in the presence of UP Deputy Chief Ministers Keshav Prasad Maurya and Dinesh Sharma and State BJP President Swatantra Dev Singh at BJP headquarters in New Delhi.
BJP, Punjab Lok Congress, PLC and Shiromani Akali Dal Sanyukt today announced their seat-sharing formula for the upcoming Punjab Assembly elections. Under the alliance, the BJP will fight on 65 assembly seats, PLC on 37 and the SAD Sanyukt on 15 assembly constituencies. This was jointly announced during a press conference in New Delhi by BJP Chief JP Nadda, PLC Chief Captain Amrinder Singh and SAD Sanyukt leader Sukhdev Singh Dhindsa. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Nadda said this election is for the stability and safety in Punjab and our motto is to bring back the state on track.
हमारे लिए पंजाब स्टेट एक बॉर्डर स्टेट है और बॉर्डर स्टेट के साथ साथ यह देश की सुरक्षा से जुड़ा हुआ और देश के महत्वपूर्ण सुरक्षा के विषय के लिए पंजाब का स्टेबल रहना और मजबूत सरकार बनना यह देश की आवश्यकता है, यह प्रदेश की आवश्यकता है.
The 12th National Voters' Day will be celebrated tomorrow. The theme for this year is making elections inclusive, accessible and participative. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu will be the chief guest at the event. However, due to his inability to attend the function in person, his message will be virtually delivered during the function. Minister for Law and Justice Kiren Rijiju will be the guest of honor. On the occasion, national awards for the best electoral practices for the year 2021-22 will be conferred on the state and district level officers. National awards will also be given to important stakeholders like government departments, ECI icons and media groups for their valuable contributions towards voters' awareness. During the function, the newly enrolled voters would also be felicitated and handed over their elector photo identity card. The Election Commission's publication, Leap of Faith Journey of Indian Elections, will be released on the occasion. Another publication, Pledging to Vote, a decadal journey of the National Voters' Day in India, will also be launched. On the eve of the National Voters' Day, Chief Election Commissioner Sushil Chandra addressed the voters.
I am delighted to convey my compliments and warm wishes to all the voters of India on the occasion of 12th National Voters' Day. This day pays a glowing tribute to each and every voter of the country and highlights the immense value of everyone's vote. In many parts of the world, the right to vote was achieved after a long struggle. In India, the right to vote was granted to all adult citizens. This right is precious. You must exercise it and exercise it judiciously.
The government has said that over 162 crore 26 lakh COVID vaccine doses were administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. The Health Ministry said more than 27 lakh 56,000 doses were administered in the last 24 hours. The ministry added a total of 3 lakh 6,064 new cases were reported in the last 24 hours. India's active caseload stands at 22 lakh 49,335 and it is currently at 5.69%. The recovery rate is currently at 93.07%. Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai today revealed the results of the 8th batch of genome sequencing on COVID patients. Our correspondent reports.
The most noteworthy point of the report is that from just 2 samples testing positive for Omicron in December 2021, the variant has increased exponentially to infect 89% of the patients in Mumbai. It may be recalled that Delta was the most dominant variant with almost 75% samples testing positive for the same in November last year. However, the Omicron variant has become the most dominant variant in just 2 months. According to the recent report, 62% of the infected patients were in the age group of 21 to 60 years, while 8% were in the age group of 1 to 20 years. Nisha Rani, AIR News, Mumbai.
Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia today launched the revamped Central Government Health Scheme CGHS website and mobile app. The website is www.cghs.gov.in and the mobile app is called My CGHS. Mr. Mandavia said the website has several updated features which shall hugely benefit more than 40 lakh beneficiaries with real-time information from the convenience of their homes.
सीजीएचएस के लाभार्थियों के लिए बहुत फायदा होना है। अपनी सुविधा बढ़नी है, अपना टाइम को बचाना है। बुजुर्ग लोग हैं, रिटायर्ड लोग हैं, उसको अपने घर में बैठ के ही टेली कंसल्टेशन से सुविधा प्राप्त करने का अवसर मिलना है। नई नई इन्फॉर्मेशन, नया सुविधा में कोई बढ़ोतरी की गई हो या तो उसको सीजीएचएस कार्ड कब एक्सपायर हो रहा है, उसको रिन्यू करना है, उसको डाउनलोड करना है, सारी चीज अपने घर में बैठ के कर पाएंगे।
COVID-19 protocols will be in place at Parliament House during the budget session. Rajya Sabha proceedings will begin from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and Lok Sabha from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. During the sittings of Lok Sabha from 31st January to 11th February, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha chambers and their galleries will be used for sitting of members in the wake of the pandemic. During the President's address on 31st of this month, seating arrangements for members have been made in the Central Hall, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha chambers and their galleries. President Ramnath Kovind will address both houses of Parliament on the 31st of this month and the Union Budget will be presented on 1st of February. You're listening to the Evening News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls upon the youth to come forward and make Vocal for Local a success. Confers digital certificates to Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar awardees using blockchain technology. Nominations for third phase of assembly polls in Uttar Pradesh and single phase elections in Punjab to begin from tomorrow. BJP, Punjab Lok Congress and Shiromani Akali Dal Sanyukt announced seat sharing formula for upcoming Punjab assembly elections. BJP to fight on 65 seats, PLC on 37 and SAD Sanyukt on 15 assembly constituencies. 12th National Voters' Day to be celebrated tomorrow. Over 162 crore 26 lakh vaccine doses administered so far under nationwide vaccination drive. Centre launches revamped Central Government Health Scheme website and mobile app. Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, in association with ICEA, releases 5-year roadmap and vision document for electronics sector. And in Australian Open tennis, Daniil Medvedev and Stefanos Tsitsipas advance to men's singles quarterfinals. Simona Halep crashes out in women's singles. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
Welcome back to the evening news. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, in association with ICEA, today released a 5-year roadmap and vision document for the electronics sector. It is titled $300 billion Sustainable Electronics Manufacturing and Exports by 2026. This roadmap is the second volume of a two-part vision document, the first of which was released in November last year. Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, Ashwini Vaishnav, lauded the entire team for their efforts in bringing out the documents and policy framework items at this remarkable speed. During the event, Mr. Vaishnav also addressed some points raised by industry leaders during the recent interaction with him. Addressing the industry's apprehensions over the issue of dual regulations in mobile manufacturing, the minister clarified that Telecom Department is not going to enter into mobile manufacturing and mobile manufacturing regulatory regime will remain the same. This report provides a year-wise breakup and production projections for the various products that will lead India's transformation into a $300 billion electronics manufacturing powerhouse from the current $75 billion. Around 606.19 lakh metric tons of paddy have been procured in Kharif marketing season 2021-22 so far. So far, the highest procurement has been reported in Punjab with over 1 crore 86 lakh metric tons. Around 77 lakh farmers were benefited with an MSP value of over 1,18,000 crore rupees.
In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, security has been tightened ahead of Republic Day. AIR Jammu correspondent reports that high alert has been issued from the international border to the line of control. In all the districts, police have put up nakas for checking of vehicles at many places. On the other hand, BSF Jawans posted on the India-Pakistan border were put on high alert after being threatened by anti-social elements. Inspector General BSF D.K. Bora said strict vigil is already there at the border for 2 weeks. Apart from this, the soldiers have started an anti-tunnel operation along the international border in Jammu. He said the BSF is ready to face all challenges and thwart every nefarious plan. There are inputs that anti-national elements can create disturbances on the occasion of Republic Day. The main function of Republic Day will be held at Maulana Azad Stadium, Jammu, where Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha will take the salute of the march past. In Manipur, the State Police Department has ramped up its security measures in connection with the forthcoming Republic Day celebrations. Speaking exclusively to AIR News in Imphal, Manipur Director General of Police P. Dhangal said,
This time, because of the election, the challenges of the Republic Day celebration is a bit different, because it is not only the Republic Day security that we have to look after, but the security of the general public in connection with the election. There has been a lot of search and cordon work done in different lekais wherever we have any suspicion. It has been going on not only in the daytime but also in the night also, and trying to acquire the cooperation of the public, acquire the confidence of the public. They have been very kind to us, and we thank the public also for their cooperation.
And now let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of this struggle every day.
In today's episode, we remember freedom fighter and commander of Azad Hind Fauj, Captain Shahnawaz Khan, who was born on 24 January 1914.
Shahnawaz rose to the rank of the captain in the 14th Punjab Regiment during the Second World War and was captured by the Japanese after the fall of Singapore in 1942. He was profoundly influenced by Subhash Chandra Bose's speeches asking captured Indian soldiers to join the Indian National Army and to fight for a free India. Shahnawaz led the Indian National Army into northeastern India, claiming Kohima and Imphal, which were held briefly by the Azad Hind Fauj during the Second World War. In December 1944, Shahnawaz Khan was appointed commander of the 1st Division at Mandalay.
After the war, the INA officers Prem Kumar Sehgal, Shahnawaz Khan and Gurbaksh Singh Dhillon were tried for waging war against the King Emperor in a public court-martial at the Red Fort in Delhi. Despite the stirring defense put forward by Congressman Bhulabhai Desai, who was Chief Defense Counsel, the court found the 3 commanders of INA guilty of treason and sentenced to death. The sentence was committed by the Commander-in-Chief of the Indian Army following unrest and protests in India.
After the trial, Khan declared that he would henceforth follow the path of non-violence espoused by Mahatma Gandhi and joined the Congress Party. In 1946, Shahnawaz Khan accompanied Mahatma Gandhi and Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan to restore peace in Noakhali. After independence, Khan had an illustrious parliamentary career and was elected 4 times to the Lok Sabha from Meerut constituency. He died on 9th of December 1983. We salute the great Indian nationalist.
We also remember revolutionary freedom fighter Phulin Bihari Das, who was born on January 24, 1877 in Faridpur, erstwhile Bengal Presidency. He established the Dhaka Anushilan Samiti and formed around 500 branches in the province. He also constructed the National School in Dhaka to develop a revolutionary army. The students were trained in the use of various weapons.
In the year 1908, Phulin Bihari led revolutionaries in the Bara dacoity at the Bara Zamindars' residence in the district of Dhaka. He was detained by the British Indian police along with Ashwini Datta, Subodh Malik, Krishna Kumar Mitra, Shyam Sundar Chakravarti and Bhupesh Chandra Nag. Phulin Bihari Das was imprisoned in the Montgomery jail. When he was released in 1910, he renewed revolutionary activities. He was again arrested along with 46 other Indian revolutionaries on charges of treason and agitation under the Dhaka conspiracy case.
Phulin Bihari Das was transferred to the cellular jail where he met with revolutionaries including Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, Barinder Kumar Ghosh and Hem Chandra Das. In 1918, he was released but was kept under house arrest for 1 year. He again attempted to revive his revolutionary activities, but the association was banned.
He established the Bharat Sevak Sangh in the year 1920 and later published 2 periodicals titled Swaraj and Hak Katha. In 1928, he formed the Bangia Byayam Samiti at Mechua Bazar in Calcutta. It was an institute of physical culture and effectively an akhada where he began to train young men. Later, he came under the influence of a yogi and the feeling of non-attachment grew in him. He died on the 17th of August 1949. We salute the great revolutionary.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
Best wishes to all consumers for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Hallmark ensures purity of gold. Always purchase hallmarked gold jewelry. For any consumer-related complaints, please contact National Consumer Helpline's toll-free number 14404, issued in public interest by Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India. Jago Grahak Jago. News just in, India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has crossed 162 crore 77 lakh today. The Health Ministry said more than 49 lakh 52,000 vaccine doses were administered today. Today is National Girl Child Day. The day is celebrated every year on the 24th of January. The objective behind celebrating the National Girl Child Day is to provide all support and opportunities to the girls of the country. The National Commission for Women organized a webinar on Save the Girl Child on National Girl Child Day today. This was aimed at promoting rights of the girl child and to increase awareness on various topics concerning girls, including their education, health and nutrition. The discussion aimed at promoting a new perspective towards the girl child by changing the society's attitude towards girls and creating awareness on reducing discrimination faced by them.
India is a close friend in the process of building digital Bangladesh, said the ICT State Minister Junaid Ahmed Palak in Dhaka on Monday. Speaking on the occasion of the award of tender to set up 6 Bangladesh Bharat Digital Service Employment and Training Centers in 6 districts of Bangladesh, the minister outlined several areas of cooperation between the two countries. In Australian Open tennis, Daniil Medvedev of Russia and Stefanos Tsitsipas of Greece have advanced to the men's singles quarter-finals. Medvedev will now face Canadian 9-seed Felix Auger-Aliassime. Tsitsipas progressed to the quarter-finals after beating American Taylor Fritz. And in women's singles, two-time Grand Slam winner Simona Halep is out of the Australian Open, losing in 3 sets to Elise Cornet. French player Cornet won to reach the quarter-finals of a major for the first time. She will face American 27-seed Danielle Collins for a place in the semi-finals. In mixed doubles, Indian-American pair of Sania Mirza and Rajiv Ram has entered the quarter-finals.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. National capital Delhi will have moderate fog. Minimum temperature will be 7 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 17 degrees. In Mumbai, the minimum temperature will be 14 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 26. The city is expected to have a mainly clear sky. Chennai will have a partly cloudy sky. Temperature will vary between 24 and 32 degrees. Kolkata will have fog in the morning and mainly clear sky later. The city will observe a minimum temperature of 15 degrees Celsius and a maximum of around 23. Srinagar will have a partly cloudy sky becoming generally cloudy towards afternoon or evening or night. Jammu will have a mainly clear sky. Now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls upon youth to come forward and make vocal for local a success. Confers digital certificates to Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar awardees using blockchain technology. Nominations for third phase of assembly polls in Uttar Pradesh and single phase elections in Punjab to begin from tomorrow. BJP Punjab Lok Congress and Shiromani Akali Dal Sanyukt announced seat-sharing formula for upcoming Punjab Assembly elections. BJP to fight on 65 seats, PLC on 37 and SAD Sanyukt on 15 Assembly constituencies. 12th National Voters' Day to be celebrated tomorrow. Over 162 crore 77 lakh vaccine doses administered so far under nationwide vaccination drive. Centre launches revamped Central Government Health Scheme website and mobile app. Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology in association with ICEA releases 5-year roadmap and vision document for electronics sector. And in Australian Open tennis, Daniel Medvedev and Stefanos Tsitsipas advance to men's singles quarterfinal. Simona Halep crashes out in women's singles. With that, we end the evening news. Good night.